Rock the Bells? I said, is this Rock the Bells?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Rock the Bells 2013, the press conference, live from Highline Ballroom in New York City. I am Peter Rosenberg, along with my friend,
MC Supernatural in the building. How y'all feeling?
We co-host Rock the Bells together.
Indeed.
You may know me from Hot 97. You may know him for being the greatest freestyler on earth. Depends.
Hey.
Whatever you choose to know him for. Don't let them see that list, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's the list. What he's holding in his hand is the list of all the acts that are being added to an already stacked Rock the Bells lineup today. So I'm looking at it literally right now, handwritten from Chang Weisberg's pen, the man who runs Rock the Bells. There are some great names on this list. Let's start, Nat, with the list that people already know about, of course, which is your Kid Cudi, your Wu-Tang Clan,
Black
Hippie, of course, which
Kendrick
includes
Lamar,
all those guys.
Schoolboy Q, Absol, J-Rock.
You were telling me a story about how impressed you were. You were telling me a story. There you go. Get that up there.
Oh, yeah.
Get in your face. Pause.
There it is.
You were telling me a story about how you stayed home. You were out in Cali,
Yeah.
and you watched the Summer Jam live stream, and you're talking about how impressed you were with Kendrick Lamar.
Truly.
Tell me what it was about Kendrick's performance at Summer Jam.
I was watching the whole show, and basically through the whole show, like a lot of people kind of like were rhyming over their music or rhyming over their own tracks. And, naturally I kind of expected him to come out and do it because everybody else was doing it, and he didn't at all. He rocked his rhymes. And for me, he gained the true mark of a true MC. That's really what it's about, going out and giving the people the lyrics as they heard them on the record. And that's exactly what he did. You know what I mean? And I love that about him.
Nice.
Salute.
Absolutely phenomenal. In my opinion, the best doing it today in the hip hop biz. Now he's of course going to be. Is it still good? Yeah. Okay. I'm just getting nervous.
I'm sorry. I don't. They can.
I don't want them to see because.
Got it.
Okay. Because
No
first of all,
problem.
with Rock the Bells this year, what you have is 4 different weekends starting in mid-September. Okay. You're going to start off in Los Angeles, California, the September 7th weekend. All right.
That's the kickoff.
That's the kickoff. 2 days there in Los Angeles.
Yes,
I'm going to
indeed.
be out there with you. We're going to hang out. We're
Hang out.
going to do some things. You know what I'm saying?
Incredible times.
It's good hip hop times. My wife is coming out there. She's going to meet me there. She has a wedding that weekend. She's going to meet me midweek. I'm going to stay out there for the week. I'm going to be live broadcasting on a Power 106, our sister station out there.
Indeed.
And then I'm going to make the trip up to the Shoreline Amphitheater up in the Yayo area.
The Bay.
The Bay. And in the Bay area, they are geared up to see Too Short and E40.
First time in the Bay in 10 years due to, the things that
The proper
happen.
Bay things.
The things that happen. But I want to be there when that goes down. It's going to be
So,
up for real.
so that's the September 14th weekend that goes down. Now, then there's a couple weeks off, and then we pop up on the East Coast with shows in D.C. and New York. All right,
This is where it gets even more funky.
it gets crazy out here. The New York show is gonna be at the racetrack at the Meadowlands, formerly the Meadowlands, the racetrack next to MetLife Stadium, on the infield.
On the infield, that means you will be on grass this year. We've been able to relax on cooler moss.
So you sit down right there. That's going to be fantastic. And then in D.C., in the parking lot at RFK Stadium, the classic old Redskins Stadium down in Southeast Washington, D.C. Classic. That's I'm a Redskins fan, so that's home. That's home, essentially. So anyways, we're very excited about that. Now, let me explain a little bit about what's going to happen tonight. This is special. This is something we've been doing here for the last couple of years at Rock the Bells, which is having a press conference both on the West Coast and on the East Coast. We had one about, what was it, a month ago? We were out in L.A.?
Yeah, we did one in L.A. and announced
At the House of Blues.
House of Blues. It was turned up in there. It was nice.
All of Black Hippie came through. You had the spouse of the late, great Eazy-E, Tamika Wright, who I saw here earlier tonight. She's in the house here hanging out.
Old Dirty Bastard's mother, Sherry.
Yeah. Mama Jones, she was in the house.
Sherry Jones.
And then a whole bunch of Rock the Bells artists were just hanging out. And today it's the same thing. Different set of artists back on the East Coast. You're going to see performances later on tonight. I'm hearing members of the Wu-Tang Clan are in the house. I'm hearing the Flatbush Zombies are in the house. I'm hearing Immortal Technique is in the house. I'm hearing some other very new, interesting, and maybe surprising acts that the kind of acts we've never seen on Rock the Bells before, that I think people are going to go, that is an interesting choice. I think a very dope choice, including one act that I just saw perform at Bonnaroo last week, who
would that be?
I can't tell. They're not going to find out until you rap it in 10 minutes. Until you do the freestyle. It's on there. But I just saw this person perform, and it was crazy. So we have that to get to as well. So we got performances. We are announcing the new acts. We're giving out all the details. We have a little press conference followed by a concert. We got my man DJ Quiz on the turntables. If you happen to be in the New York City area, we're at the Highline Ballroom, which is 16th Street between 9th and 10th Avenue. Doors open to the general public at 9 o'clock. So if you want to come out and see the performances, you can come hang out and get a little mini taste of Rock the Bells tonight. Now, Nat, you have been with Rock the Bells since the beginning.
True indeed.
This is the 10th
Since the very
year.
beginning.
How did it start? How did you first get involved with Rock the Bells?
Well, the way I got involved with Rock the Bells, it wasn't with Rock the Bells per se. I got involved with Chang through a clothing company called Drunken Monkey that he was doing product placement for, and he hired me to do a freestyle event with them to promote the brand. And then from there, like, I just kind of dug the way that he moved as a businessman, and I asked him to manage me. So he managed me for a little while, and then we started doing the monthly, which was Rock the Bells, and it was once a month. And he started flying me back and forth from New York to LA, and it was in a nightclub for a very long time. And then
I didn't even realize how long Rock the Bells was in a nightclub.
yeah.
So what was that like? Was it still a...
It was still a dope hip hop event. Usually be like 3 or 4 acts. It might be Sean Price, Jurassic 5. It was all type of cats that came
So
through.
almost like a lyricist lounge here.
Exactly. It was a one-stop hip hop shop. And I remember Chang came to me and he when he showed me the idea for the festival, Rock the Bells, the festival, and I was like, wow, if it happens, it happens, and it happened. And from that day on, it's never stopped. It really is. It amazes me every year that he pulls this off at the magnitude that he does and the work that it takes to put into this, and that it started from something small. That's why I think Rock the Bells is so special, because I can honestly say I watched something grow from like a tiny seed into something that's like an oak tree now in hip hop. So
100%. Started from the bottom. Now we're
we're
here.
here.
All right. Now, if you want to tweet me any questions for myself or Super Nat, or any comments on Rock the Bells, whatever it may be, there's the phone right there. The lovely Summer Jam 2013 thing's still on there.
Bang.
Hit me up at Rosenberg Radio. Rosenberg Radio on your Twitter. What's your Twitter, Nat?
And you can hit me up at The Real Super Nat.
Just got an interesting text here from a manager of an artist who hasn't been announced yet, but the text message I got makes me think that this very dope artist is going to be on Rock the Bells.
Well, hey.
That's what the text message makes me think.
Well, we might have to make another list.
Might have to make another list. I got involved with Rock the Bells probably 5 years ago now. I went when I first got to Hot 97. They allowed me to cover it, just doing video. And when I got there and got backstage, and of course this was one of the first times I got backstage at anything, I was just like, oh man, every rapper I love is here. This is amazing. And I ran into Chang, and I was just like, I want to be a part of this one day. Like, I gotta be here. And he was like, oh yeah, whatever. I don't know who you are, but he was really nice. And then I showed up again the next year and covered it again. And then I think I don't know. Somehow by the next year, I'd willed my way onto being a part of Rock the Bells, just because I felt like it was. I don't know. It's always so fun. It's just such a good vibe if you're a real hip hop fan.
I think it's something for everybody that digs hip hop to look forward to every summer. For me, I look forward to it. It's really became part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like a big part of my life. So, it's a beautiful platform, and I hope it continues to grow, and, new artists get to test the waters, and,
Well, that's one of the things that's different this year that I'm going to ask Chang about is clearly at Rock the Bells, they have in some ways changed the philosophy. This is no longer an event that's just for legends or super established artists, but you are seeing more of the new artists. We are seeing Kid Cudi. You are seeing Black Hippie. They've always had the second stage, but now you're seeing big up-and-comers on the main stage, and that's what makes it a slightly. It seems like Rock the Bells is adapting a little bit to the new sort of festival environment that we live in now in music, where the summers have tons of festivals, making this one continue to be special, but in a different way than it was previously.
Well, those that stay stagnant don't make progress. So I think putting on new artists is important if you want to continue to develop a brand, But there's always great artists, too, that are still yet to play Rock the Bells.
Believe me, today...
There's still great ones that have yet to play Rock the Bells.
And believe me, today we will be announcing some legendary acts who have not yet been announced. So I just got the word that we are now ready to start the press conference. So what Nat and I are going to do is... And by the way, this is all running live on hot97.com, rockthebells.net. Other places, Michelle? Other places, I presume? Hot97.com live. So shout out to everyone there. So as you see, we're upstairs right now in the very small green room they have at the Highline Ballroom. We're now going to like go downstairs and start the press conference.
Yes, indeed.
So that's the plan. And then after that, we got my boy DJ Quiz on the turntables. We got the artists set to perform. Members of Wu-Tang are here. Flatbush Zombies, and many, many more who I can't even announce, but you'll know who they are in 5 minutes when you see them sitting at that podium downstairs. So what we're going to do is take this quick break, tell you a little bit more about Rock the Bells, and come back with the live presser. I'm Peter Rosenberg.
I'm Supernatural, MC.
And this is the Rock the Bells 2013 New York press conference.
Salute.
Is this Rock the Bells? I said, is this Rock the Bells?
Boost Mobile, in association with Gorilla Union, presents Rock the Bells. October 4th and 5th at New Meadowlands Racetrack, Rutherford, New Jersey.